Hello, I am your host, your girl Tiffany. Welcome to the Smalls Talk podcast, where I'm joined by my husband, also co-host
Brandon,
and we are the Smalls.
Join us each episode for a small talk about marriage, fitness, family, and life.
Yes, and today we're going to get started with the small world. It's a Smalls world.
Oh, you can go ahead and start us off.
Okay. Well, I'm very excited. I filed for my business license, waiting on that to come back. Did that today, so that's one thing under my belt. My dream was to always start a business to motivate and inspire women in general. But then I got my niche narrowed down to motivating busy moms. And the reason why I chose that is because I am a mom of two girls, 6 and 9. And life can take a toll on you. And my girls were very, very busy. At one point, Taylor was in dance. She was in Girl Scouts and she was a cheerleader. Brandy was in dance. So, of course, I know how it feels to be a busy mom, scrambling, trying to get things done, always moving around. So, to me, this is like my destiny, my purpose to do this. So, is anybody looking for someone to inspire and motivate them? That would be me. And also, it's a Smalls world. We celebrated Brandy's 6th birthday. It was a pleasure with family and friends. So we had a great time celebrating with her. All her little friends came over. She was excited. She was surprised. So this my Smalls world. What you got, Brandon?
Oh, what's going on with me? So, if you joined us last time, you know that we were in the middle of watching Game 6 of the World Series. And as you could tell by my Braves cap, they ended up pulling it off. So, we're world champions. So, I'm very excited about that. The Braves have been a team that I've rooted for since I was a little kid, back when they were on TBS every day. So excited about that. We're going to go back to Brandy and Taylor. So Brandy actually wanted a hoverboard for her birthday. She gave me like 30 things that she wanted.
Always.
Back and forth. And then finally, the last thing was like, oh, I want a hoverboard so I can ride around like Taylor. I'm like, Taylor don't even ride her hoverboard. What you want a hoverboard for? So ended up getting her one. Now you can't keep them girls off of it. Like, they don't believe in walking no more. They ride their hoverboard up and down the hallway.
Everywhere, to the bathroom.
You tell them go to the kitchen and get something. They come in our room with it. It's like, y'all, come on.
Tearing up walls.
Y'all can walk.
Everything. Help us. So we had one hoverboard, and Taylor, I think she used it for a little while. And
she didn't use that thing.
And then Brandy got hers. Oh man, she's like, I told you I'm an expert with the hoverboard, Taylor. I am the expert. So she's doing her thing. So now Taylor was like, yeah, I got a hoverboard buddy. So yeah, they are riding.
So now I think like all the cousins, well, maybe not Aaron, but I think now all the cousins that are at least 5 and up have one.
I tried to take over your story. I'm playing.
You did. You hijacked my story.
I wasn't trying to do that, y'all.
So y'all, I'm go ahead and admit it now. I'm a bad co-host. For the last couple of episodes, we've been doing a wine tasting. Y'all, I ain't been to the store to get no wine.
At all. He's fired.
So what I do is next time I go, I get like 2 or 3 bottles. So that way, if I forget, we got a backup bottle in there ready to go. But what I do have, some of y'all may know, some of y'all may not know, I'm a big bourbon guy. I love a good bourbon. And so...
Who got you into bourbon?
My brothers.
Oh.
Both of my brothers. Phil and Mike were bourbon guys before me. I was a whiskey guy. Still like whiskey, but they got me into bourbons as well. So what we have today is...
What he have today?
Yeah, what I have, because Tiffany's not drinking this. I have a Basil Hayden toast. It is from the Jim Beam Distillery in Kentucky. Says here on the bottle, it has toasted wood and vanilla notes, finished with sweet caramel. And as you can see, me and my brother Phil actually had a good time with this bottle on Saturday. So I'll be sipping on that throughout today's episode.
But y'all, I'm not gonna stand beside him because I don't want that. I'm just gonna drink my prepared water. Yes, and I'm good.
Good stuff.
I'm good.
Good stuff.
How do you like drinking your whiskey?
Neat.
So
No
tell the
ice.
people what neat means. They may not know what neat means.
So neat means just in the glass, no ice. On the rocks, of course, you have the fancy balls now, whiskey balls that people are getting, or just regular ice from the freezer. I mean, I drink it that way too, but
Why you prefer neat though?
it lets you enjoy and taste all the flavors. And then what I've learned is the more expensive, and not necessarily expensive as in going out and buying $1,000 liquor and thinking it's going to taste good, but when you buy things with quality, it has better flavor, it has less bite. You're picking up stuff off the bottom shelf. Yeah, don't do that.
Is that smooth?
Yeah.
I haven't tasted, so I really don't know how
Yeah.
it really tastes. I'm not gonna taste it at night because I really don't want any. So maybe one day before the bottle is empty, I might try it. But I don't want mine neat.
I'll be getting another bottle of that.
I need it cold or something. I don't want it just room temperature. Room temperature to me seems like it'd be a little, I don't know.
To each his own. There's no right or wrong way. Don't be mixing my liquor though. No, don't do that. We don't do that.
Well, I might mix mine because I don't want mine straight.
I'll buy her the cheap stuff then.
Well, if I want, I can taste the real stuff and just mix something in it.
Then you're not tasting it. You're tasting whatever you're mixing with it.
No, I mean, I might not want it that strong. I might sip it at first and then I can go from there.
Nah. Ain't nothing like the real thing.
Well, anyway, y'all, that's his opinion. We gonna move on to, what's the topic for today, B? What's the topic for today?
Topic for today's episode is hearing versus listening. And I can't even remember what conversation we had that sparked this.
I don't know. We talked about this about 2 weeks ago. We had a conversation. We was talking about something. I think I was reading my devotion. Okay. And my devotion had something in there. Are you hearing individuals or are you listening? And I was like, wow, that's a deep topic. When I was reading that morning, we talked about it. And this is how we got there.
Cool.
So let's tell the people what's the difference between hearing and listening. Because some people think it's the same thing.
It's not.
It's really not.
It's similar but not. So definition for hearing is the process, function, or power of perceiving sound, specifically the special sense by which noise and tones are received as stimuli.
Okay.
And listening is to pay attention to sounds, to hear something with thoughtful attention, and to give consideration. Okay. So what's your take on that? Of course, these are two very, very different things.
Okay.
And sometimes they are used interchangeably.
They are.
Because I know, like when we went through marriage counseling, one of the exercises that we had to do was basically listen to your partner and then say, I hear what you're saying, or let me make sure I hear what you're saying. It sounds like you're saying X, Y, and Z.
So you had to reiterate
communicating that back to that person to make sure you not only understood, because it's easy to understand the words that are coming out somebody's mouth. That's, if you're speaking the English language and somebody's talking to you in English, you understand those words.
True.
But actually listening to them and listening to their intent is something totally different.
It is. Like I was talking to you earlier about, my example would be, for example, this week, yesterday, Taylor teacher sent us an email and saying she wasn't being attentive and she wasn't listening, and she felt like she was sad after she came out of quarantine for 10 days. And I was like, what? So I had to think about that thing. I thought about it. I said, okay, God, I'm gonna let you lead me. So I said, okay, I need to put everything aside because I can hear her or I can listen to her, right? So I had to not only hear her with my ears, but hear her with my heart. Well, listen to her not with my ears, but with my heart. had to listen to her and let her tell me how she's feeling. Because sometimes as parents, and I'm going to say myself, because pastors, they talk about yourself. As a parent, sometimes when we're so busy with the hustle and bustle, we get to the point where our kids, and I do it sometime at work. I was at work today, and they'll come up to me, mommy, mommy, mommy. I'm like, wait. And my thing is, do you want to listen to them now when they want to express themselves? Or do you want to hear something later when it's bad news?
Right.
So as individuals, as grown-ups, we do it every day. We do it every day. It may not be our kid. It may be, you may be on the phone with someone right quick. Are you hearing me? Are you listening to me? The same thing yesterday. I was on a conversation last night, and my friend was like, let me let you concentrate because you're busy. And I was hearing her, to be honest. I was talking to her, but I really was hearing her. I wasn't really listening to her, to be honest. I was trying to, but I was doing too many things at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever experienced that? I know a lot of people have. Have you experienced that, or what's your take on that?
I experience that sometimes with
A lot.
us. Sometimes with us. One of the things that I always preach to Tiffany is don't talk at me.
True.
Talk to me.
True.
What does that mean, you may ask? Tiffany sometimes will just come in the room. I'll be in the room, on my phone watching TV, spaced out, doing whatever. And she will come in and she'll just start talking. I hear her talking, but not realizing that she's talking to me. I'm not paying attention.
He be ignoring me, y'all. That's what he was trying to do.
And it's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. If my mind is focused on something else, it's going to be focused on that. I hear her because, of course, especially as a parent, you have learned to tune out certain things to concentrate. And so, unfortunately, it shows up in marriage as well. She comes in the room, she's talking, I'm not paying attention. And then a few minutes later, she's wondering why I didn't do something or I'm doing something. She's like, did you not hear what I said? I was like, no, I didn't know that you was talking to me. And so, I try to let her know, hey, if you're talking to me and you want me to do something, make sure you have my attention. So that way, I'm not focused on the TV, I'm not focused on my phone or whatever else I'm spaced out on. I'm listening to you so that way I can then respond to whatever it is that you are wanting me to respond to.
And I think this is a great topic because to me, you may disagree. I think men and women are a little different when it comes to this area. Men sometimes, Jesus, a little different creatures. You got to break things down. I'm sorry, y'all, got to break things down. But women, I'm not saying women are not the same, but at the same time, I think some of us may listen a little better than men.
Well, it's not that. I think that men, just the way men and women process information and do things are totally different.
That's true.
Whereas men are more compartmentalized. If I'm working on one project, I'm generally staying with that project until it's done or until I think I need to switch my focus to something else.
I don't do that.
Whereas women, y'all have seen the, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, because I know I'm guilty of this, you have all these tabs open up on your phone. And so, you're toggling back and forth between different tasks on your phone. That's the same way a lot of times that women are in real life. You're cleaning the kitchen, but you see that something else needs to be attended to. You start doing that. And then from doing that, you end up doing something else. And then you end up doing something else. And then next thing you know, you're on the other side of the house. It's like, oh, shoot, I never finished cleaning my kitchen. But women can operate like that, whereas men, it's generally, not all men, but I know specifically for me, it's one task at a time. What am I focused on right now? I'm going to give my attention to that.
True.
Unless my attention needs to be pulled over to something else. But if it gets pulled over to something else, I'm pretty much closing out that tab for now, and I'm going to deal with whatever it is that needs my attention at the time.
Now, I'm very analytical. Sometimes, I'll be honest, I can do multiple things at one time, which is probably not good. But now, when I'm focused on cleaning my kitchen or doing something, I'm very focused. So I'm focused on that one thing, and I do move throughout the house. Boom, boom, boom. So I get your point.
But even in that, if you are focused on, if you are working in the kitchen, cleaning the kitchen, your mind is also on the next 50 things that you got to do. Versus when I clean the kitchen, I'm sitting down. After I'm done, I'm sitting down. You know,
You don't do nothing else.
and
Nothing
I've got
else. You
yeah.
finish.
Case in point, sometimes because I stay up later than Tiffany. Tiffany be like, Brandon, do the dishes. Go, put the dishes in the dishwasher.
They ain't in there yet, y'all. They're still in the sink.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the dishes in the dishwasher. Now,
okay.
The only other thing that I might do is put the food in the refrigerator.
Okay.
After that, and possibly take out the trash. But after that, I'm not doing nothing else in the kitchen because I was told or asked to make sure the dishes was clean.
So are you hearing or are you listening? So you're listening?
I'm listening because that's exactly what you told me to do. But I'm going to do exactly what you asked me to do.
Nothing extra.
Not that much extra. I mean, again, putting food away, yeah, it's going to be very dumb of me to go in there, see there's food that's out that needs to be put up.
You've done it before, though. You left my stuff on the stove before.
Maybe once.
No.
And then, throwing out the trash because Tiffany has the nose of a bloodhound and she'll wake up in the middle of the night if something doesn't smell right. So let me go ahead and let me take out the trash too. But after that, you can be like, okay, I've done what I've been required to do. I'm about to finish watching basketball or I'm going to bed.
Okay. Now, my next question, we can kind of break this down. For hearing versus listening, do you think it caused problems in relationships, friendships, at work? I think it's so broad that it causes problems anywhere, right? Because to me, you can hear me all day.
Right.
But if you can't comprehend what I'm telling you, then you don't get it.
And that's where I actually looked something up. It's called active listening versus passive listening.
Okay.
Passive listening is basically not responding. You're just listening to what the person says. Mm-hmm. Examples of that would be like, at some churches, I know, some people talk back to the preacher, but at some churches where you're just sitting there, you're listening to the sermon, mm-hmm. or in a classroom setting especially once you get to college and there, hundreds of people in there and they're just giving a lecture, mm-hmm. or at like a business meeting or presentation, basically where you're just sitting there and you're just receiving the information.
Okay.
And then active listening is when you are engaging with one another. So, a mutual conversation, small group settings, mm-hmm. things of that nature. And so when you are active listening, I think it allows you, and there's some different steps too, okay. But it allows you to be able to understand what the other person is saying, and their you're hearing the tone in their voice. You can have empathy. All those things that come with okay. listening, and you can respond the appropriate way.
Okay.
Versus passive listening, again, it's an information dump. You're just getting in all this information, and you may hear it and understand it one way, but that's not the way that the presenter intended it. And without you being able to ask questions, you just have to kind of take it the way that you receive it.
Okay. Well, hearing versus listening. This is good. I think in marriage or anything that you do, it's important. And I think over the years we have grown to listen more. I've grown more because Brandon is a very straightforward person. We ain't gonna tell all our business. He's very straightforward. I'm more of a happy-go-lucky person. Brandon is very observant. So I had to learn that when I talk to him, like he say, and we have to learn as grown women, grown men, not to talk at someone, to talk to them, right? So that's a lesson learned for me that I've been working on, like trying to get him to listen to me, but okay, this is what I need done, A, B, and C. Because I don't just want him to hear me, right? So I think it's very important in a marriage that you listen, even with kids. Like one of my girlfriends told me today, one of my best friends, she was like, you need to sit your daughter down. It doesn't stop here. The teacher sent an email today and said she did great today because we had a conversation with her, right? I listened to her yesterday. Brandon listened to her. We had a conversation with our child to see, where are you? What's going on? And the teacher gave us good feedback today. So the good thing about it is, even though the teacher saw the signs, I guess she saw how she was acting and she acted on it. So I thank her for that. So that was A plus for her. But at the end of the day, we have to learn how to listen to individuals. You can listen to a person by, like Brandon was saying. I may not listen to the words that are coming out your mouth. I may see like your actions. There's certain things that may show with listening and hearing. You have to listen to a person. You can listen to their body language. And even like I was telling Brandon earlier, we was talking about a text message, right? Mm-hmm. Even with the text message, I know that we're not physically talking by vocal, but we're texting back and forth. So we're talking back and forth on the text. Sometimes a text message is taken the wrong way. Mm-hmm. You may send something, people read it, you're like, whoa, what's she trying to say to me? Or what he trying to say to me? But if you don't comprehend what the person is saying or get the right idea or ask the right questions, you would never know. So that's where that active hearing, listening comes in. You have to be able to communicate, but also comprehend what somebody is telling you, because comprehension ain't for everybody. And that's one thing I have noticed. I don't know about you, but my next question for you, have you had any relationships as far as like your friends or anything that have went left because someone heard the wrong thing or wasn't really listening? You know.
I'm pretty sure there has. I can't think of a specific.
I mean, even at work.
Example. Yeah, I can't think of a specific example. I mean, I'm pretty sure there has. I'm pretty sure there's been some miscommunication. Mm-hmm. And see, the funny thing is, you know, and I just speak for the guys that I know.
Okay.
We are pretty much laid back and don't allow what we hear or sometimes say to bother us. You know, as long as our physical well-being isn't threatened, you know, it's really, you know, the only instances I can think of, there was a young lady that I dealt with many years ago that.
Tell it all. Go ahead.
We were at an event, and you know, it was like I had two groups of friends there. Mm-hmm. And you know, it was her and the crew that she hung out with, and then it was another crew that I hung out with. Okay. So you know, I went over and I, you know, spoke to her and acknowledged her, and you know, chilled with her and her friends for a little bit, and then I went and started dealing with my other set of friends. And you know, we're laughing, giggling, whatever. And you know, I look across, and like I'm getting the death stare. I'm like, okay, I didn't do nothing. Literally didn't do nothing. You know, this group of friends that I was with knew her, but they weren't the type. They didn't know her enough to talk about her. Yeah. And so, you know, our conversation had nothing to do with her. Nothing, you know, we didn't mention her name, nothing. And then, you know, I leave. While I'm in the car, I'm getting text messages.
You in trouble.
I'm like, I didn't even do nothing.
You in trouble. Mm-hmm.
But, you know, misunderstandings in communication, you know, can sometimes get you in trouble. And I mean, I want to say that might have been the last interaction I had with that young lady.
And you're right. Miscommunication can get you in trouble. Even at work, I had a couple of things happen at work. Like, for example, manager told us, he was like, okay, it's 3 of y'all on the team, right? I want y'all to work out y'all schedule among each other. Okay, we got this. And I was going to be off and somebody else was off. So I went and told another supervisor. I said, well, do you have this person on your team working on my team this day? Well, did you talk to this such and such person? I was like, never mind. That's right. I'll go ask my manager. I was just asking you, but I'll go ask him. Y'all, I left for that day. I was off that Friday. That was a Thursday. Left that Friday. Came back to work that Monday. I was in the office. Oh, Tiffany acting like she the supervisor. I just asked one question. Just one. Was you going to have somebody working? Because my manager already told me y'all work it out. So I'm trying to figure out who's going to take my place while I'm off. So my thing is, hearing and listening can cause a problem as far as miscommunication. It can also cause a problem when you're not confident in yourself, right? If you ain't confident in yourself, you're going to always find something wrong with somebody else, right? Let's be real. Let's open it up. we're gonna open it up to something bigger. If you're not confident in yourself, you're gonna find something that's bigger than you, because you want to see what's going on, because either she know more than me, or what can I do to get this person in trouble. It's always something that doesn't make any sense. But I've been in this predicament a couple of times. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, is it you or is it the person? I've been there. Is it me or is it the person, right? Even with friendships, I've been there like, okay, what did I do wrong? Like Brandon said, I didn't do anything wrong. But my thing is, to the point that I'm making, is that if you don't understand what somebody is telling you and you thought you listened to them and they're mad or you all not comprehending right, ask a question. Because we all are grown adults. Ask a question to your kids. Sit down and talk to your kids. Talk to your family members and try to figure out. Now, if the people don't want to know now, I'm just going to say slide to the left. If they don't really want to know, just slide on to the left. Just go somewhere different. But I think this was a great topic.
Yeah. And I think to that point too, you also have to learn how people communicate.
True.
So that you can hear them.
That's true.
Because I am very facts driven and straight to the point.
You are.
Whereas Tiffany is more detail driven. Okay, for example, if I'm giving directions, I'm going to tell somebody, go down this road. You're going to turn right on this road. You're going to turn left when you get to this road. I'm just giving you, the road that you're going to get to, or the light that you get to, and what way you're going. Okay. Whereas Tiffany will be like,
tell all my business.
Hey, you're going to go down, you're going to pass this, you're going to pass that. She's giving landmarks and everything. You're going to turn on to, X road. At that corner is going to be these things. And so
you got to help the people, y'all. You got to help the people.
Learning how to decipher what the other person is saying. So for me, when I'm listening to Tiffany, it's okay. Forget all the fluff. I don't care nothing about the houses. I don't care nothing about the restaurants, landmarks, any of that. And just hearing, I'm making a right turn here. I'm making a left turn here. I'm going through this light. And then, when I'm having to talk to Tiffany, it's remembering to add those things that she would want. Now, I'm not going to add as many of them.
I don't add that many now. Stop playing.
But I will say,
stop playing.
I will be like, okay, you're going to make a right here. You're going in the right direction if you see this.
I don't add like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Zaxby's. I don't be adding all them places.
Yeah,
no, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Man, he's storing y'all.
Especially if she's familiar with an area. If you're making it right, she's going to tell you literally what's on every corner.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not going to say that.
She's going to tell you what the color house you're going to pass, the number of houses we're going to be at the 7th house on the right. Really? You literally counted all the houses. Whereas me, hey, the house address is 235. You ride down the street until you find 230. Don't count no houses. You just ride down the street till you find 235. I told somebody that like 1-2 times, because I was like, they was like, oh, which house? Like, you pass this road right here. It's like the 7th house on the right on this side. I did say that before, and I said it like twice. That's it. Now, normally I just tell them. And guess what they did? They rolled right past the house.
Because they can't count.
They rolled right past the house.
Now,
because they were given too many instructions.
No, that means they can't count. That's what that means.
They were given too many instructions.
They can't count, and then they don't. I gave you the address, and I told you what number house. If I said 2288, why would you go down the street and go to the cul-de-sac?
It was too much. They got stuck on 7, so now they're looking for 2287 or something with a 7 in it.
Don't be making it up for them. They got stuck. That's not how it works.
Got our people lost. So if y'all are out there and y'all got lost, please put a comment below, because y'all know who y'all are. Tiffany got y'all lost.
I really did.
And then I had to come and save the day, and y'all got here perfect off.
What that mean was they was hearing and not listening to me. Because if they was listening to me, they would have known how to find this house with the right address.
It was sensory overload. It was too much information at one time.
I got you. And also keep in mind too, hearing and listening to someone, it depends on who you're dealing with. Like Brandon was saying, everyone is so different. Like me, I guess, like you all can tell, like opposites attract, right? Some people are very different. That's like you talking to somebody or you managing someone. You have to understand that no two people are alike. And that's what I'm learning. So with Taylor, for example, I'm not gonna say sometimes I don't raise my voice. I'll be lying to y'all. As a mother, I do. I'm getting better at listening to my kids. Being a parent doesn't come with a manual, right? So you go as our parents just did whatever they thought was right. They didn't know nothing either, right? So as a parent, I'm learning, right? So with Taylor, she doesn't really like to be. She don't like you to raise her voice, raise your voice at her. She gets like I don't know, it just kind of scares her, and she gets sad, right? So I had to learn that with her. I had to talk to her a certain way. Like, okay, Taylor, I need you to go and do this. With Brandy is
You got to threaten to beat her.
Brandy's like the little thug baby. I'm
Brandy
sorry.
don't care about nothing.
Brandy just like, so what? So you can tell Brandy, like we say, the sky is blue. And she'll say
If
it's
she
purple.
think it's purple, the sky's gonna be purple until she change her mind.
So I be arguing with a 6-year-old. Now she's 6-year-old. I be arguing with her. I be like, no, Brandy. Yes, it is. No, Brandy. Yes, it is. So with Brandy, she can take a little bit more. She's a little bit more tough around the edges. But with Taylor, she's a sweetheart. But I had to learn that when I talk to him, I get Taylor to listen if I'm talking like this. If I'm screaming or I'm like, Taylor, she shuts down and then she'll say, I don't remember what you told me to do. So I have to remember that with the kids. I don't know. Brandon's a little different. So, you know.
So so what I do is with Taylor, I have to present her with facts. Because Taylor is a lot like me, where she's a little bit more reserved and, you know, I didn't like yelling either, even though, you know, I got yelled at a bunch.
Don't be telling Mr. Richard, Miss Beverly, I'm going to tell.
You can tell them. They know.
Go ahead.
They know. I couldn't stand them lectures. I couldn't stand them. But, you know, I present Taylor with facts, letting her know if you do this, kind of cause and effect. If you do this, this is what's going to happen. If you do that, this is going to happen. So, you know, giving her the good and the bad. Mm-hmm. With Brandy, I've gotten to the point where now I'm going to let Brandy figure it out on her own. When she starts getting combative and starts thinking that her way is the right way, okay, I'm going to let you go ahead and do it. I'm just going to sit back, almost like Thanos at the end of Avengers Endgame, where he was like, something to the effect where, you know, you did all this and it brought you right back to me. That's how it is with Brandy. You know, I'm going to tell you what's right. And then I'm going to let you go and do it. And then when you figure out you can't do it or it's wrong, you're going to come right back to me.
And Brandy's that child, right? She's the child that will hear you, but not hear you. She's very good at ignoring people. Like, she'll look in your face and see you talking to her. And you be like, Brandy. And she wouldn't move.
She does that on purpose.
I know, but she
thinks it's funny.
She just won't do anything. So I have my belt every morning, y'all. Time for school every morning. I be ready. I told this morning, I said, look, you really want this belt because I ain't playing today. I don't feel like it. I already start work at 6:30. We don't have time for this today. So, yeah. But what other good news you have for the people? What you got?
So, just real quick before we let y'all go, some keys to being a good, active listener.
Okay.
Number one is to be curious. When somebody is talking, you know, try to figure out what it is that they are talking about.
Are you curious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number two, ask good questions. So make sure you're asking questions that engage the individual to let them know that you are listening to them, let them know that you're paying attention, and also letting them know that you may not understand everything that they're saying.
You do that?
Yeah. Yeah. I ask good questions. Y'all should know that from the last episode. I asked good questions.
Okay.
Number three, don't jump into a conversation too quickly. What a lot of people do is they listen to respond instead of listen to understand.
Yeah, that's true. I give you that one.
So,
that's a good one.
You know, don't jump out there and, you know, somebody's in the middle of their thought and you jump out there thinking that you know what the other person is saying and then you're just dead wrong.
Now, I know I've done that before, me and you. I'll be honest. I mean, you did too, but I'm just saying, speaking for myself, Pastor said, talk about yourself. So I'm going to talk about me. I know we had that conversation. We've been talking before, and I was like, oh, so you was like, no.
Let me finish.
I'm like,
what I'm saying.
okay.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Been there, done that.
And then the last what I have is anchor yourself to the subject and don't get distracted.
Okay.
So essentially, if you guys are talking about we're just gonna throw something out there. If you guys are talking about your finances, don't talk about what you're gonna eat for dinner. That's not what the conversation is about right now. Put that to the side. You might think it, or you may say, okay, I know we're talking about this, but when we get done talking about this, let's figure out what we're gonna do for dinner, or whatever it might be. So the other person is now aware that you have something else that you would like to discuss. But while you're discussing that one topic, stick to the topic. Don't bring in a whole bunch of random stuff that has nothing to do with that conversation.
Now, how is your attention span?
If you're getting straight to the point, I'm gonna hear everything you say.
So you trying to say you ain't be hearing me?
No, I did not say that at all. When people are very direct to me, like I'm one of those people, and I have to learn, because when I get into a conversation, especially in the morning,
he's very short, y'all. He's not a morning person. He's very short.
And it doesn't even have to deal with me being short. It's, if I have a question, I'm just going to ask my question.
True, I get it.
What I've learned is that a lot of people are like, well, dang, he didn't even say good morning to me first.
Yeah, you got to say good morning.
I'm not thinking about that. I got a question.
Well, I'm not going to answer your question until you say good morning.
Whether your morning is good, bad, or anywhere in between, I don't care about that. How are we supposed to be doing this?
That's rude.
But I've had to learn. I put the good morning on there just as courtesy, but I can care less. I don't want to, I'll say, how you doing? I don't really care. I got a question. I want you to answer my question. But because I want you to answer my question, I'm going to be just courteous enough to give you what you need, so that then you give me what I need.
So you ain't doing it to be nice. You're just doing it just because you got a question. Just to get your answer.
Yeah.
Okay. I will tell you what, don't do that to me.
But it's kind of hard to do that to you.
Yeah.
You right there in my face at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Pretty much.
With my coworkers. Then you got to remember, I got to go to bed with you.
Pretty much.
We trying to do something at night, or in the middle of the day, or whenever we trying to do something.
Don't tell my business for all these people. Tell my business for all these people.
Or whenever we trying to do something.
I'm at work.
I don't.
I'll be at work from 6:30 to 3 or later. I'm at work. I'm at work. I'm working.
Work. But yeah, whatever we trying to do.
No, not what we try to do. We at work.
Yeah, but
okay,
yeah, we get breaks and lunches and stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Them people I don't see after hours. Matter of fact, I don't see none of them. I got two coworkers that live in my neighborhood. But other than that, I don't even see these people anymore. I don't care how y'all are doing if I have a question. Now, I got my group of people that I talk to that we down like 4 flats on a Cadillac. That, how y'all doing? Y'all good? How your mama doing? How your baby's doing? All that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. We get down on that level. But just, the random person I got a question for? No, I am talking to you because I know that you have the information that I need. Okay. So in order to get the information that I need, I'm just going to fulfill your minute requirement. I want to use a different word.
Okay.
Your minute requirement of being courteous.
Okay. Use the words. Go ahead.
So then
okay,
you can give me what I need.
Okay. Now, remember now, some of your coworkers may watch this podcast.
They can watch it.
So they may say,
I will tell them to their face.
Oh, so now you're Billy Bad Boy. Okay. Okay.
Like I always tell you, they can't whoop me.
Okay.
I like for them to try.
Okay.
Don't do it at the office because they fire people at my place of employment. If you fight, you get fired. I done seen it too many times. So we ain't gonna fight in our place of employment because I don't want,
he can't fight because he need.
I don't want y'all to lose y'all job and get embarrassed.
What about you?
I'm gonna lose my job, but I ain't gonna be embarrassed.
Okay. Okay. What else you got for the people? I
think we're good.
So y'all, again, go and try this. I'm not I may let y'all know if I do, but go and try this right here. Boom. This is one of Brandon, I guess, favorites now, y'all.
It's one of them. I got a few, and I got a few bourbons that I'm looking to try. I actually found one, so I'm actually kind of excited. I'm gonna order it and have it sent here, and I may surprise my brothers with one for Christmas. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this podcast today. I hope that you all learned something. Just keep in mind that the difference between hearing versus listening, in anything that you do with a coworker, with your parents, with your kids, I think it's something that everyone should have that conversation with. You can sit down, put your phones away, and just really engage in a conversation here and there. Even when someone comes home, Brandon, I used to hate that. He used to come home from work, and I'd be like, no, we need to see how each other's day is going. So, remember to do that as well. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to YouTube, The Smalls Talk.
Or like Taylor would say, what does Taylor say? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and smash that notification bell.
That's what she said. Don't forget to follow us or subscribe to The Smalls Talk. We are on Instagram as well. We're on YouTube as well. Send us a message on what topics you would like us to discuss. Or even if anyone would like to, I'm going to put it out there, possibly be on the podcast, right? Hopefully next year we'll start interviewing some people, doing some things a little differently. So just let us know what we can do better, what we can improve on. And go ahead.
And if you have a comment that you don't want to leave, because of course comments are public on Instagram and on YouTube, you can also send us an email at thesmallstalk@gmail.com. And we both, I mainly monitor that inbox. So if y'all have something for us that, a little personal, or, you just don't want to share with us or share with the world, you can send it directly to us and we'll be the only ones that read it.
Of course. And with that being said, we are out. So thank you for watching the Smalls Talk podcast. Have a good day.
Until next time.
Until next time.